Hey everyone, hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going on to Bitcoin. We get a CoinsKid cruise. So the CoinsKid crystal ball is showing us that there's a pump coming relatively soon in this crypto market. Okay, look at that blue line, the Bitcoin price coming down, and this golden line is showing us there's some kind of reaction that's going to come soon. Over the next few weeks, leading into April and May, we should see some upside in this crypto market if we continue to track the crystal ball as accurately as we have been doing. Okay, so I've updated the index for you. What you're looking for is micro signals on CoinsKid.com. Now I've had a lot of success with this, but I've included something in the index which I'll show you right now. So to do this, what we need to do is go to CoinsKid.com, go to the settings page and change your time frame to 15 minutes. Okay, by default it's 4 hours. Change it to 15 minutes, then go to the home page right there, and what you're looking for is the micro signal. Okay, and this represents a 15-minute time frame. So if we go down the list, we've been looking at shorts all week. There was a beautiful short on XRP. I think there's a short kicking in on Tron that's already kicked in already. I was looking at this morning. I clearly see on the 15-minute bearish divergence. Look at that, and it's been coming down ever since. So that was printing a sell warning this morning. We've got ZBU, which is equally printing a sell warning right now. But what I'm looking for, because the market is getting quite oversold, and we've got BTC in the top right corner, pushing towards that 30 level, I think there's a long up coming up, because I think people are getting quite fearful. So I've looked at a long up on XRP this morning already, but if we go down the list, we do have a buy warning kicking in for Trump and Ton. So they're grabbing my attention, and they're brought to my attention by the micro signal right there. So let's take a look at Trump. On the 15-minute time frame, we've coming down, we've got oversold here, and we're seeing a nice little reaction to the upside. What we've got is a potential trend line there, just there. Now this is the 15-minute time frame. So what I'm looking for down here is a double bullish divergence. We've got one just there and another one. If we start to print one, I think we've got an increased probability that we'll have some kind of long that will play out here. So I think we've got a trend line for Trump where we're doing something like this. Okay, we're coming down the stairs on this neckline. So if it starts to come up, gets rejected and rolls once more, this will print a lower low. But in the RSI here, we'll print a higher low, and you'll get a double bullish divergence down here for this particular project. And then this could be a lovely little long to come back up into these levels here, okay, for this particular project, which is basically just trading, micro trading. You can trade on Blowfin if you're looking for a no KYC exchange. I think that's a fantastic exchange. Equally, Bybit, BitGet, Mexi, all the links in the video description right there. So these are little micro trades that you need to come to CoinsKid, look at the index, look at the warning on the micro time frame, and then find the bullish divergences to increase your your longs playing out, and obviously your bearish divergences like we've got just there on Trump at the top that increase the short playing out. Okay, so that's a little update that I've done for you today on the CoinsKid index with a bullish and bearish indicator right there. Let's dive into the Bitcoin chart right now to see what we can see. Okay, so looking at Bitcoin on the weekly time frame, at the moment I think we're going through some kind of ABC correction. It's a complex correction across the board right here. I don't necessarily think we've entered a bear market. There is obviously one warning shot that was the retail top that triggered in November last year. Like I said to you, I think that's a warning shot for a big correction, and that's exactly what we're going through right now for Bitcoin. We've got this horrible correction just there. Okay, so whether or not we've entered a bear market, time will tell. What will be the indication of the bear market here for Bitcoin? Well, I think structurally, if we start to break down below this low here that we formed last year, okay, that increased probability of entering some kind of bear market, some kind of huge C wave coming down the stairs, where again what we'd look for is the 1 2 3 4 5 setup at the bottom, some kind of 1 2 3 4 5 setup at the bottom, and then we buy back at that point. But the structural loss of this support here would increase the probability of that. So what I'm looking at is really, really simple. We've had an impulse here, okay, and at this point we've created this beautiful bearish divergence in the weekly time frame for Bitcoin. So we've got the high there and we've got the high there. Then we made the higher high in July, which is a bull trap, but the lower high in the RSI. And at that point we had the ABC correction that come back down into this sweet spot here, which is your weekly buy zone for Bitcoin. Okay, around about the what is that? It's roughly 45 in the weekly RSI, which is a nice reset level for the next big impulsive move up. So it's my opinion right now, and a lot of people say I'm silly, but it could be, and it sounds really, really daft, that actually Bitcoin has been in a correction since March of last year. Okay, this has not necessarily been an impulsive move to the upside. It's actually been part of an expanded flat correction. So it's obviously, it sounds really, really silly because this is a beautiful move up and it's broke the highs. It's done incredibly well, and I don't necessarily know the true rules on Elliott Wave, to be honest with you. So I'm probably talking out my bumhole, but what I'm looking at as a confluence to this particular analysis, this three wave move to the upside so far for Bitcoin, is the fact of another chart called Ethereum. So if I drop Ethereum into the charts right now, so technically what I'm looking at, that the fifth wave has not even begun here for Bitcoin, and once we bottom out here, it should actually begin. So what I'm looking at, technically, if this count is correct, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, I don't know the true rules of Elliott Wave, I'm looking at some kind of 1, ABC 2, this was your 3, This is your ABC4 that's still kicking off. You're in the fourth wave right now still, and looking for the final fifth wave turnaround, which is your blow off top of this cycle. So that is a possibility, but I'm not overly sure on how high this move can go in a three wave move to the upside. Now, why am I looking at this? Well, technically what we've done here, impulse, and we started an irregular correction here, which is basically, you know, your bull trap into your bear trap, basically into the weekly demand zone, okay, on the RSI. Then you've had another impulsive move, and what you've done here, if you take a look with the impulsive move, you've begun to create the same thing. You've got overbought conditions, then you've come back and made a lower high with a higher high, and right now you're pulling back potentially into the weekly demand zone on the RSI again. So, you know, you've completed an ABC correction just there, which found support in the weekly demand zone, and you're creating an ABC correction here, which is almost found support on the weekly demand zone. So it may be a case that we're still caught in this C wave correction where we've had an A, a B into a C of an expanded flat correction for Bitcoin since that time frame just there in March. It's probably a really silly thing that I'm looking at, an account, okay, and it's probably not even valid. So if it's not, I do apologize, but I'm just looking at potential technical analysis right now as to why Bitcoin could have actually been in a correction since last year, and we've actually not even had the fifth wave of this cycle yet. This would actually be really bullish for Bitcoin and crypto in the future, and it could indicate as to the reason why we've not seen verticals in the likes of Ethereum, Cardano, VeChain, Chainlink, and so on and so forth, because we're still in this cycle missing the fifth wave, which potentially comes this year. Okay, so the confluence of this particular account could actually be Ethereum, with the sense that what we've done, if you take a look at for Ethereum right now, on this low here, on this pullback where Bitcoin is hold this higher low, it's lost the low as Ethereum, okay? So possibly a three wave move down, three wave move back up, and right now you're in a C wave coming down for Ethereum, which has lost this pivot low. So Ethereum may be caught in some kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, missing the final fifth wave to the upside as a possibility, okay? And right now we're in a C wave in both charts, basically, and we've been in a correction in both charts since March of last year, one in which Bitcoin has actually come up and made an all-time high in a three wave move to the upside. So that means that this pullback right now is actually an opportunity for the eventual turnaround where Bitcoin breaks the upside in a final fifth wave of this cycle that began at the bear market bottom just there for Bitcoin in November, where you had a 1, 2, 3, expanded flat 4, final fifth wave. We've not even begun the final fifth wave, and this could be why we've not seen the characteristics of the top just here for Bitcoin, because the characteristics of the top, and I've taught you this, is where Bitcoin comes up like this in a vertical, comes back in its retracement, it makes a lower high, but the total 2 chart, which is your altcoins, comes up like this, makes the lower low, and then continues. Okay, this is the characteristics of the top in every single crypto cycle. It did it just there, and it's not just, you know, it's not done it here. So that may be why. It's probably a little bit of hopium, I don't know, but I'm just relaying the technical analysis as I see it. And equally, what we've not seen, which triggers the end of the cycle, is the waterfall in the Bitcoin dominance. It could be, as daft as it is, that all of this is actually a correction since March last year for Bitcoin. So I'll leave you with that. Hope you understand update. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but it's just something I'm looking at as a potential scenario right now. That, you know, we're in the C wave coming back. How nasty it gets, I don't know. I'll look at support targets with you, but if we start to turn around, we've got a vertical to the upside and a major blow off top, and it could just simply be that the clue is in the CoinsKid crystal ball that I've created for you, where it's showing that there's an enormous amount of liquidity that's re-entering this market relatively soon. So this C wave could be an expanded flat correction, bottoms out, starts to break back up to the upside, and the crystal ball is showing us that, where we start to see the characteristics between the top, which is basically your waterfall in the Bitcoin dominance, and your lower high in the Bitcoin price action, but your higher high in total too, which is what we've not seen yet. This is why I don't necessarily think this is the top of the cycle, although a lot of people are calling for that. So I'll leave you that update. If you are looking to trade micro timeframes, you know, jump onto CoinsKid.com index and take a look. Hope you enjoyed that update. Stay healthy, stay strong, stay tuned. Take care, everyone. Back to an update on Bitcoin. Bye bye.